Good evening, and welcome to our channel. Tonight we're diving deep into the top 10 breaking news stories, sending shockwaves across the nation. From the fierce battle for the White House to the economic storm clouds gathering on the horizon, we've got you covered. We'll be dissecting the latest developments, analyzing the potential fallout, and hearing from the people at the heart of these unfolding events. We'll also be keeping a close eye on the social media firestorms erupting around these stories. Because let's face it, in today's world, what happens online is just as impactful as what happens offline. So, buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride through the biggest news stories of the day. Let's get started. Chapter 1, Presidential Race 2024, Trump versus Harris Showdown. The 2024 presidential race is a nail-biter, folks. We're seeing a deeply divided nation, with Trump holding onto his base and Harris galvanizing younger voters and minorities. It's a clash of generations, a clash of ideologies, and frankly a clash for the soul of America. The latest polls show a stark gender divide, with women overwhelmingly supporting Harris and men leaning towards Trump. This election is coming down to the wire, and every vote will count. What does this mean for the future of our country? Will we see a continuation of Trump's policies or a dramatic shift to the left under Harris? The stakes couldn't be higher and the tension is palpable.
We'll be speaking to voters across the political spectrum to get their take on this historic election. Stay tuned.
Chapter 2. Tim Waltz's VP Debate Gaffes go viral. Speaking of the election, Kamala Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, had a bit of a rough night during the vice presidential debate. From awkward pauses to stumbling answers, it was a performance that had even his own supporters cringing. And then came the gaffe that launched 1,000 memes, Waltz accidentally referring to himself as a knucklehead. Of course, Trump couldn't resist jumping on the opportunity, tweeting almost immediately, calling Waltz insane. Now look, everyone makes mistakes, but in the heat of a presidential election, those mistakes can be magnified 1,000 times over. The question is, will this gaffe hurt the Harris-Waltz ticket in the long run, or will voters see it as an endearing blunder? Only time will tell. Chapter 3. Elon Musk taunts Hollywood over scandal. Elon Musk, the man who seems to defy gravity with his rockets and redefine what's possible with his electric cars, is never one to shy away from controversy. This time he set his sights on Hollywood, specifically a brewing scandal involving rapper and entrepreneur Diddy. Musk, in his typical cryptic fashion, took to Twitter, posting a simple question: how many knew? This cryptic message, coupled with hints at explosive lawsuits piling up against Diddy, has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry.
Is Musk just stirring the pot, or does he have insider information about a scandal that could rock Hollywood to its core? We'll be following this story closely and bringing you the latest developments as they unfold.
Now, let's turn our attention to the economy, which, frankly, isn't looking too rosy right now. Experts are sounding the alarm bells, warning that a recession might be just around the corner.
Rising interest rates, persistent inflation, and a volatile stock market are creating a perfect storm of economic uncertainty. Businesses are hesitant to invest, consumers are tightening their belts, and the overall mood is one of anxiety.
With the election just weeks away, the economy has become a central issue for voters. Both candidates are scrambling to offer solutions, but will their proposals be enough to calm the storm? We'll be speaking to economists and financial experts to get their take on the situation and what it means for your wallet. After months of picketing, protests, and stalled negotiations, the Hollywood writers' strike has finally come to an end. But this victory for the writers comes at a steep price.
The strike brought Hollywood to a standstill, costing the industry billions of dollars and delaying countless productions. Studios are now left scrambling to pick up the pieces and figure out how to move forward in this new landscape.
The question remains, was it worth it? Did the writers achieve their goals, or will the long-term impact on the industry outweigh the short-term gains? We'll be speaking to writers, producers, and industry insiders to get their perspectives on the strike's aftermath. In a move that surprised many, even within his own party, Donald Trump has broken with GOP orthodoxy on the issue of abortion. In a recent interview, Trump stated that he would not support a federal abortion ban, instead advocating for the 3 exceptions model: rape, incest, and life of the mother. This stance has sent shockwaves through the Republican Party, with many conservative lawmakers expressing their disapproval. Some see it as a betrayal of core GOP values, while others view it as a shrewd political calculation aimed at appealing to moderate voters. Whatever the motivation, Trump's stance on abortion is sure to be a major issue in the upcoming election.
Could it be? Is Taylor Swift, the pop icon who has meticulously avoided overt political endorsements, finally dipping her toes into the political waters?
Well, sort of. During the vice presidential debate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, perhaps in an attempt to connect with younger voters, dropped a Swiftie Easter egg, referencing one of Swift's songs.
The internet, as you can imagine, went wild. Swifties across the country erupted in a frenzy of excitement, with many speculating about the potential political implications of this seemingly innocuous reference.
This isn't the first time Swift has been linked to politics. Her voter registration push in 2020 had a significant impact, encouraging millions of young people to engage in the political process.
Is this latest incident just a coincidence, or is Taylor Swift quietly becoming a political force to be reckoned with? Only time will tell.
The situation in the auto industry is growing increasingly dire as the United Auto Workers strike continues to escalate. Thousands of workers have walked off the job, demanding better wages, improved benefits, and job security.
The auto industry, already grappling with supply chain disruptions and declining sales, is now facing a full-blown crisis. The strike has brought production to a standstill at several major automakers, costing the industry millions of dollars each day.
The impact is being felt far beyond the factory floor, with businesses and communities that rely on the auto industry facing economic hardship. The stakes are high for both sides, and a resolution seems nowhere in sight. As the 2024 election draws closer, healthcare remains a top concern for voters. A recent report highlighted the stark choices facing Americans, with the election's outcome poised to have a profound impact on the future of U.S. healthcare policy.
The Biden administration has made expanding healthcare access a cornerstone of its agenda, but critics argue that more needs to be done to address rising costs and ensure quality care for all. With healthcare costs continuing to skyrocket and access to affordable care remaining a challenge for many Americans, the pressure is on for both candidates to present concrete solutions.
Will voters be satisfied with the current state of healthcare, or will they demand a more radical overhaul of the system? The answer to that question could very well determine the outcome of this election. Immigration remains one of the most contentious and divisive issues in American politics, and the 2024 election is no exception. Recent polls show that a significant majority of Americans, 59%, support the deportation of all illegal immigrants, highlighting the deep divisions that exist on this issue. As both parties finalize their platforms and make their final pitches to voters, immigration is sure to be a key battleground. The outcome of this election could have far-reaching consequences for immigration policy, shaping the lives of millions of people and the very fabric of American society. Will we see a continuation of hardline immigration policies, or will there be a shift towards a more compassionate and humane approach? The answer to that question lies in the hands of the American voters. That's it for today's top stories. We want to hear from you. Do you think immigration will be the biggest issue in the 2024 election? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to vote in our poll. From the heated presidential race to the economic uncertainties looming on the horizon, these are truly turbulent times. But one thing is certain, the choices we make today will shape the future of our nation for generations to come. Stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, make your voice heard. This is your country, your future, and your vote matters.